If I think I have to take a good photograph, my enthusiasm drops and pressure mounts. Ironically, it does not lead to creating good photos. And I was a professional photographer for many years. Some clients worry about writing a good worksheet. Actually, the word good is just a code for perfect, actually. If you notice that you want to write a perfect worksheet, it's time to stop and look at your motives. Why do you want to write a perfect worksheet or even just a good worksheet? Here are some common motives, and there may be others. If I do this one really well, I won't have to do any more work. That's probably the most common motive for finding the perfect stressful thought to question. Or I want to impress my facilitator, or at least I don't want to look bad. Or I want to impress others who are following my work and show them how enlightened I am. Each of one of these motives, and like I said, there can be many other kinds of motives. These are just an example. Each of these can be questioned. So let's just take a look at these three. The first one worth questioning is, if I do this really well, I won't have to do more work. Is it true? And there are other beliefs hanging around worth questioning. If I have to, I have to do the work. So is that true? I need to fix myself. Is that true? The work will fix me. Is that true? I need to feel better. Is that true? All of these are motives. They're my desire to feel better, to get out of pain, probably. Not a bad thing, but my attachment to that adds a lot of pressure to the process of inquiry and can actually make it harder to do the work. So I encourage you to question any similar beliefs that you may have about doing the work. Secondly, if you worry that your facilitator won't think you're doing it right, then that's a clear-cut judge your neighbor worksheet to write on your facilitator. Don't miss writing this valuable worksheet. It seems like it's so trivial. It's not really what I'm to do the work on. But this could be stopping you from having a deeper experience of the work. You're so focused on how you're going to be received as you're doing your work that you're not free to actually allow yourself to do the work in an uncensored way. And also keep in mind that you never have to have a worksheet written when you show up for facilitation. You can always ask to write a worksheet with your facilitator at the beginning of the session. Then a third motive that we just mentioned is this wanting to impress others who may be following your work. This can come up in our inquiry circle group, for example, where we do the work in a group. And you may be wanting to be deep or appear like really wise or something like that. So this is another Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. It might be a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet on the whole group, or it might be on a particular person. You can identify one that you want to impress. And so we've done this kind of exercise in Inquiry Circle in our group, and it's been very helpful. And I find this kind of work it helps simplify everything. Now I'm just doing the work for myself instead of trying to do it for somebody else. But if there's a part of me that's still wanting to do it for someone else, then I give that part a chance to go through the process and actually find this for itself, that maybe it works better if I'm not focusing on that. So you can't force any kind of change on yourself, but you can question your thoughts. And this is a good one to question. And then I want to also encourage you to play with writing a bad worksheet. Just write a really crappy worksheet. Like you really don't know what you're doing. Just answer the questions, get through it, whip it off, just like stop trying to do anything important. You're just like, yeah, well, and that's it. Then go back and work it. And I'm willing to bet that crappy worksheet is as valuable as the most perfect worksheet could ever work. In fact, it might be more valuable because it might be more in touch with your heart and your emotions than the perfect worksheet, which has gone through the sensor machine of your mind over and over until it spit out this, beautifully perfect worksheet. Like when it comes to writing your stressful thoughts, You do not have to make things look good. Just right. Just let that stuck, stressed part of you say what it feels. So this is probably more valuable to write a crappy worksheet because it's probably a closer reflection of your raw mind without all the polishing. Raw thoughts on paper are usually a better gateway to my own truth than polished manuscripts. The work is about finding your own truth. Why not let it all out when you're writing a worksheet? Why not just let it be? And my experience, that's the easiest and the most effective way to write a worksheet. If you want support with this, I encourage you to do a private session with me or join my Inquiry Circle group, take the Work 101 course, and develop the skill a little bit of listening to yourself and stepping out of the way so that you can actually let what needs to come out, come out. So I'll end with a quote from Byron Katie's book, Loving What Is. Write down your thoughts without trying to censor them. Sit with your pen and paper and just wait. The words will come. The story will come. And if you really want to know the truth, if you're not afraid to see your story on paper, the ego will write like a maniac. It doesn't care. It's totally inhibited. This is the day the ego has been waiting for. Give it its life on paper. It has been waiting for you to stop just once and really listen to it. It will tell you everything, like a child. Then, when the mind is expressed on paper, you can inquire.